Here we're in the R section. So R means we want to read the bid and ask, the delta, and the aggression. So let's take a look at this. So between 64, let's call it 85 to, let's say 85 to 95, what you sort of want to understand is inside this key level, yes, we had a lot of aggressive selling, but look at the top. Right, look at the top. We are going to go through why this is a key level and how I use this to find my key levels for the next week. So we can see here 39 for 239, right? That's obviously a big difference. The delta here is 200 because it's the right number minus the left number. Now this is the bid on the left number. The bid is the aggressive sellers and the ask is the aggressive buyers. And so when you know you have sellers on the left, aggressive sellers, and you have aggressive buyers on the right, this is half the battle, because now you're simply using the footprint charts to tell you who is more aggressive and therefore who is actually being rewarded in the market, right? Who's being trapped. So this is that's step R, right? So R is about reading, then we start decoding. Decoding allows you to execute. So we just want to understand what the decoding actually means. So when I say decoding, you sort of want to interpret this pretty literally, right? I'm going to break this down. And so what we want to do as traders is we want to start decoding the market based on what it's telling us, not what we want to see. So we're looking at this sort of rejection over here, this first rejection over here. So if we go to ES and we kind of get the footprint charts up next to it, right, what we can see here is boom, there's our first sort of rejection here. Now the rejection happened here 9, so the market opens here, right? So 9, this is sort of 925 and then 930. So this is a big, obviously, red candle, right? So we're seeing bearish activity entering the market. Now what's important to understand, if you're making any kind of pre-market plan, you need to maybe focus on the first 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes before the market open, right? The reason I say that is because the market did kind of was hovering in our level before the market opened, right? So this is now 9:25, here's 9:30 Eastern. So this is 9:30 Eastern. So you kind of want to see what the first 10-15 minutes prior to the market open was doing. This will give you an indication as to what that key level is doing before the market opens. So what we can see here, if we just zoom in, is we can see a lot of this blue delta inside the candles, right? Yes, we see red delta, but the thing to note, when you're finding key levels, you want to see who is aggressive in the key level and you want to start decoding it, right? That is the order flow method, right? So right now we are on the decoding, which helps us execute. So what is the market telling us? Again, if there's one thing you want to put into your brain, is you don't look for trades, you read what the market's doing and you just ride the wave. So if buyers are winning, you take buys. If sellers are winning, you take sell. How you decode that is based on what you read. So again, we see here again